what did I say about Hitler mustaches? I don't know if they're ever going to be back in style. Well, at least not in my lifetime. What is going on, Internet? Eric Bandholz back again with another amazing episode from Beardbrand Alliance. I hope all is going well on the other side of the Internet. The mustache! Whoo! I think we might be back in the heyday. Let's figure out why. Alright, boys, the much maligned, the often mocked mustache is back up top, I believe. I believe it is currently the throne of facial hairstyles, and let me tell you why. See, for all those hermits who have been living in a cave, there's a movie that came out a little while ago called Top Gun, and I feel like Top Gun was not the thing that made it cool, but it was the movie that set the style from fringe hipster option to mainstream option. Now, the popularity of the mustache has been rising, in my opinion, especially here in Austin, Texas. We've seen a lot more guys feel the confidence to be able to rock the mustache. If you go back a few years ago, you guys know that the hipsters were really kind of wearing the mustache ironically, led by the handlebar mustache with the curly curls. Greg Berzinsky, of course, rocks the most glorious handlebar mustache ever. But I think, like the everyman dudes, like you and me, I think we can rock it now. I think we don't need to be as cool as Greg to rock it. Now, the style mustache that I think is most popular right now is the one that I'm rocking, which is the chevron mustache, also known as the cop mustache. It's a pretty conservative mustache. It's big and bushy over your top lip. Comes to about the edge of your lip, and it doesn't go much further over your top lip. The chevron also rocks just like the shaped chevron, like a little angle like that. It doesn't have to be too dramatic, but a little bit higher in the center than the outer point. Now, I think you can still get away with other mustache styles, like the handlebar with a natural swoop or a very stylized curl. Those are both awesome mustache options. But in my opinion, the ones that aren't very popular, the Hitler stash, or maybe we should call it the Charlie Chaplin stash, because I think he rocked it first. But I don't see that coming back anytime soon. And, the pencil stash, I don't really see that. The Waller stash is a cool option. It's something I've rocked over the years, but again, that one is going to be more of a fringe mustache style. Another fringe style that I think is pretty cool is going to be like your handlebar mustache, where it just, comes down kind of like that. It's cool among certain groups of guys, including like the motorcycle scene, where it's going to be a lot more common in that environment. But I don't know if that style has hit mainstream yet. Now, the problem with the mustache is it's not actually a facial hairstyle that everyone can rock. I'm going to say it like I can say it. If you have facial hairstyle and it only grows on the upper lip and that's all you've got, then maybe that's what you got to do. But it may not be the one that is going to help you look the most attractive. Now, when I say look the most attractive, I know the majority of guys don't grow for that reason. I think there's kind of this assumption that if someone does a hairstyle or beard style or facial hairstyle, that it's to look better. And that's not always true. I like to just change up my hairstyle and beard style, mustache style, because it's fun. I like to see different looks. I like to kind of look through my old photographs and kind of remember the times I had there and the things that I went through. And like almost in a weird way, like my different hairstyle and beard styles are connected to a time in my life. Now, it's easy for me to say this because I've been happily married for a decade and a half and kind of got my kids, so I don't really have to worry about the dating game. But I think if you are worried about the dating game, you can still get away with really cool styles like the mustache. The short answer to that is there's all sorts of women who like all sorts of things, so be yourself and you'll find a woman who likes you. Or if women aren't your thing, be yourself and a dude who likes you for you being you is going to like you. So yeah, just be yourself. Who knew? That works pretty good. Now here's some rules I want to tell you about the mustache. Generally, a mustache like this is going to be great for people with an oval-shaped face. I tend to have an oval-shaped face. To more of a square, kind of chiseled diamond. Is it diamond? I don't think they do diamond. Do they do diamond? Generally speaking, if you have strong jaws, a mustache is going to look great on you. If your jaws aren't exactly strong, you can accent a fuller, thicker mustache with just a little bit of beard. So like a beard stash is going to be when you have stubble like this, which is essentially just like 2 millimeters of length, going all the way up to, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 weeks worth of growth. Now, the other mistake a lot of guys make with the mustache is they think they can grow it overnight. A really good looking classic chevron mustache is going to grow where the top hairs have to grow all the way down to the top of your lip. This part of the hair is actually some of the slowest growing hair of your facial hair area. So expect for it to take even upwards of 3 or 4 months to be able to grow a good proper mustache. The other mistake people make is when they trim the mustache, they'll go with clippers or trimmer, and they'll just go straight over the mustache. And what that does is it prevents the top hairs from growing long, like what I just talked about. And you just have like a really flat, transparent, kind of weak looking mustache, and you're not giving it the full potential it has. Now, I want to warn you when it comes to trimming the edges. You can become a perfectionist where you want them to both be exactly even. I've got something to tell you guys. Your face is not symmetrical. Your beard is not going to go symmetrical. People have noticed this, but I've got like a little bit of kind of like a patch right here in my mustache that doesn't grow in as full, and it kind of goes down a little bit. Your mustache is not going to be perfect. And if you chase perfection, you may end up making the biggest mistake of your mustache by shortening. Then whoops, we got a Hitler mustache. And what did I say about Hitler mustaches? I don't know if they're ever going to be back in style. Well, at least not in my lifetime. When it comes to keeping your mustache looking its best, there's a few different tools that I highly recommend. First, a boar's bristle brush. A boar's bristle brush will help kind of get rid of any kind of flyaways you may have and evenly distribute the oils in your skin or on your mustache. Of course, some scissors. I like the refinement of scissors. And to hold your scissors properly, you actually rest your pinky on the tang and then 2 fingers up here. And then you move with your thumb. And this will give you more precision to be able to maintain the proper shape that you're going for with your mustache. And then also a comb with a mustache side. The products that I recommend from a grooming perspective are either a utility oil, a utility balm, or a mustache wax. Now, these products are similar, but they're also different. The great thing about a mustache wax, listen to this. It's kind of like a fidget toy in itself, but you keep this on you, it stays warm in the pocket. This will help kind of tame any kind of flyaway hairs that you have, or give you a nice loose handlebar style. A utility oil is going to be great for conditioning not just the mustache, but also your beard. And probably most importantly, it helps your mustache smell amazing, which just makes having a mustache that much more enjoyable. Utility balm will do the same thing as a utility oil, but it's going to give you a little bit more hold than a oil. So if you want kind of more versatility, go with the utility balm. Or alternatively, you could do the oil plus the wax. Now, you'll notice with our balm, it's not uncommon for it to develop these kind of grains. So you just work it into your hand, and the grains are gone. Apply it to the mustache, to the face. Woo! And if you really can't stand the grains, what you can do is melt the product down and then stick it in the fridge, and that will bring it back to the state it was when it left our manufacturing place of manufacturing, where we make the stuff. The other thing about our utility balm and our oil, if you're a longtime customer, these sizes are a lot bigger. This is now 4.5 ounces, whereas our old stuff was 3.4 ounces, and the oil is now 4 ounces, whereas it used to be 1 ounce. So we're giving you a little bit more bang for the buck. Actually, the same is true for the mustache wax. 0.25 ounces now, whereas it used to be 0.15 ounce. Look at that. Now with the mustache, I also want to talk about the hairstyle that you pair it together with, because I feel like different hairstyles will give you a completely different vibe. As you guys can tell, I'm rocking kind of a long, flowing, shaggy kind of hairstyle. And what this gives me is more of a kind of a laid back, chill, I think like more of like a 70s kind of vibe, like just a musician kind of vibe, which is more of my style and what I'm going for. If you go with a different hairstyle, something like a classic crew cut, Caesar cut, maybe a side part with a taper down to number 2. With that type of style, you're going to give off more of a authoritarian vibe. You may be a little bit more cold, a little bit more strong, a little bit more masculine. It may be a little more off-putting, but also more kind of like leadership and authority presentation or vibe that you're going to give off. The beauty is there's no right or wrong, so whatever you feel, you do, and then you can change it up. You can change things up. You know, life is not permanent. Who knew that? So how long do I think this style will last for? I think like everything now on the internet, there's a style for everyone. So the classic beard, I think is similar to the side part hairstyle tapered down to number 2. That's never going to go out of style. It's always going to be safe. The mustache is on that wave kind of thing. It is a very, you know, polarizing kind of style. It is a love it or hate it, and people will get excited to wear it. They'll rock it for a period of time, and then maybe when it doesn't have the same kind of energy to it, people will move on to the new style that represents the energy they feel. It's always evolving. It's always changing. It's always something that keeps things interesting. Love it or hate it, the mustache is back, and I hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Keep on growing. Hey, I'm glad you've been watching these Alliance videos. Woo, good job. Hey, do yourself a favor. Treat yourself to a little treat and come join us. Join us at the Alliance. We would love to have you. See you soon.